What is up, everybody? I'm back again as your boy Jay, the Bearded Builder, and today we're doing a video on tools like these guys right here. I'm going to show you guys what I use to build models in Gunpla and Gundams, some tips and tricks on how to use them, so stay tuned. Hey, what's up, everybody? Alright, so now that we're down on the table, this is my craft organizer. I got this from Michael's pretty cheaply, about $7. Not that bad, 7 to 10, I can't remember. It's like $7.99 or something. I like this because sometimes you just need to get inside here and get something quick just in case for another project. So this, you don't have to take off both sides, which is pretty cool. You just take off one and then flip open, right? Because it's still attached, and then, you know, close her up and slide her back into where she gotta go. But we're gonna take this off of the table so I can show you the stuff down on the table. All right, the first thing I'm gonna show you is this. This guy is my Gundam Planet nipper. Slide her out. This is pretty cool. I like this a lot. It's about 30 bucks, $35. A little small, super thin blade here. Yeah, I do like them because you can get really close up in there on the sprue, and, you know, leave some margin and get a real good cut. It's a single edge blade. The spring is pretty nice, a little light. The rebound is pretty strong. It's all right. But yeah, these are a good set of premiums. You don't need God hands or, you know, anything like that. I mean, come on, it's just, if you don't have the money to do anything like that, you can get quality products for a cheaper price, and you don't have to worry about, you know, oh, I don't have $90 to spend on a pair of nippers. Like, let's be honest, it's just a pair of nipper, guys. It's just a pair of nippers. So yeah, so that's the first tool in the arsenal that I use. I do have a second pair of nippers that I got from Michael's. I like these a lot too. Spring's a little stronger. I like the grips and the ability, you know, to get a good hold on things. The channel in the middle here, right here, it is a little, let's say it's not, the blades aren't as thin, as you can see, a little thicker. So the V coming down, what happens is when they close, they tend to push the nipper towards the piece, which I don't like that much, which is why I got these. But these are a good all-around nipper. Like, I got this in the jewelry section. It's not really designed for like plastic modeling, but it works very well because these blades, as they're designed to cut like metal pieces, are super sharp and they're durable. Like, I've chomped crazy stuff with this, and the edge is still perfectly fine. It's actually sharp. Like, I can feel that it's still sharp. So yeah, those are pretty good nippers there. Let's go on to more sharp objects. These are the two main X-Acto knives that I use. As you can see from my last video, I use a chisel blade on my first X-Acto knife. It's a really thin square blade, so you can get up against a piece and push down, and it'll, you know, the nub will come straight off, and it causes almost no stress. Like, this blade is so sharp that it just slices right through it, and it leaves almost no mark. If there is a mark, we can clean that up with what I'll show you next in a little bit. This right here, I call it the samurai blade. Obviously it's not, but it's a curved blade X-Acto knife. Oh wow, Jesus, just cut myself. So sharp. Yeah, be careful, guys. It's a curved blade. I like this instead of the angled blade, because as the regular blade is designed, it, you know, you can come through a piece, so you can have the piece on this edge here, and as you roll it against the piece, it just slices through it, which I found that it creates less stress. And then with the other piece, you tend to dig in and dig out, which leaves a divot in the piece, which I don't like. So the curved blades are really good for, you know, getting rid of, you know, excess nubs and cleaning up stuff. All right, let's keep moving along. Let's see. I'll go over my filing and sanding stuff next. All right, so let's start with files. I got this set off of Amazon. Just search for precision needle files. They're, you know, that's all you got to search for. And they come in a rounded piece, a flat bar one, more of a concave bar, so one side is flat and the other side is round. Then there's a triangle one here, and then this one is a square one. I haven't used the square one yet, but they all do have their uses. It's weird how, because this one, I guess you can use against like a 90-degree bend, and that way you can sand both sides at the same time. But these things are awesome. I definitely recommend getting a set like this instead of just the flat one. But if you can just find the flat one, that's fine. But getting a set will definitely make sure you're ready for any situation that may arise. They're pretty cheap. This was maybe $7, but they're really good. They're really good. All right, next we'll go for the sanding. I use a couple of things. As you'll notice, some of them may not be for this industry, but they work in this industry. First one is a sanding block for nails. You've probably seen this in my other videos. This one definitely is pretty cool. So this is for fingernails, but since it has 4 sides, I've noticed that it can definitely work on plastic very well. This one, you know, you take it down and then you just follow the movements here. 2 for smooth, 3 for buff, and 4 for shine. I noticed when you use the shine on the plastic, it brings it back, excuse me, to the finish that it was basically casted in, which is pretty sweet. So I definitely recommend these. These are super cheap, $1.50, $1 at the dollar store. These are pretty cool. I got these from a beauty supply store actually, and these are like sanding foams. As you can see, they're like really soft, and these are good so that you can get around pieces, like, or pieces that, you know, that are very they're not flat basically. So you can get on this whole corner here by just pressing down, and the foam will actually form itself to the piece, and that way you can, you know, sand less and sand the whole thing, and that way you won't have to shape it. You know, it shapes itself because it already has its shape. So these are cool, fine and super fine. Feeling it, fine is probably 800 or so. This is more 1200, but they work very well. So those two there. They got these from my local hobby shop. These are cool because I like the edges, the small spots here, so you can get into very small spots. This one's 800, this one's 600, and I think also have a 240 here. But yeah, these are great. These are great. I definitely like them. So you finish up, and these are actually you can wet sand with these too. I just have like a Q-tip and just dabble thing of water there, and they make sanding very, very smooth. And then I have a general purpose sander here that it's okay. This is another like beauty supply pickup. As you can see, it doesn't last very long because you can already see the blue foam at the bottom coming through, but it does work. Definitely works. I stick with these guys here, and they tend to be a little more durable. You don't have to get this brand, of course, but also I did notice that some have like a plastic feel on them and not a sandpaper feel. Try to stick with the ones with the sandpaper feel, because I did buy one of these that has like I don't know what they use as the abrasive to be able to file, but it doesn't work as good as this one. So watch out for that. Let's see what else. I'll go ahead and go with tools. So next, let's put the sanding aside. Next I have tools. This is a pin vise. As you can see, it's basically a mini screwdriver. And then here I have my drill bits. Actually bought a set, and then it came with one set already, and then I had another set that I forgot about, so I have two. One's like a carbide bit, which is crazy, and one is just a regular steel bit. But yeah, they're labeled in there. What's the millimeter of the bit? But yeah, you put the bit in here, you tighten it down, and you can drill for, like, detailing, just in case you want to put, like, some metal accent pieces in there that you can buy. You can drill a hole. Basically how that works is you put the bit in here, and then you tighten it down here, and this goes in the palm of your hand, and then you turn with this, and that way, have these fingers grip here, and you turn with this, and you can just drill. Go slow, don't go crazy with it. But yeah, pin vise and drill bits. Next up, I'll have some precision tools. These are the tweezers and that I use, and then this I'll show you in a second. But yeah, just standard tweezers. Definitely get these plastic things, keep them, don't lose them, because this thing is sharp. Like, you can definitely poke yourself with this. But yeah, precision. I use this for applying decals and picking up pieces from the carpet, because anything gets lost in the carpet. And then I have a flat set too. I tend to like the curved ones. They're a little easier to use, and that way when you're putting something down onto something, like, say this is the decal, you can lay it on. But this one's kind of weird because you have to come from the side. I don't really like that much. But yeah, so we got these guys, and then this is looks like a box cutter, which it is. It does have a straight blade on one side, but this side is the important side. This is right here, these little, I don't know if you can see this very well, but this cutout right here, I use that for scribing. It's pretty cool. I like it. You just drag it along a panel line that you either want to create, or you want to widen, make a little deeper, just in case you went a little crazy with some sanding, which I've been known to do. So yeah, definitely drag that along the panel line, this little edge right here, and then it'll widen it. It's pretty cool. I like that. I mean, and then it has a straight edge too, so that's cool. All right, let's see what else I got in here. Next up, I'll have these two guys. These are just a paint mixing cups that I use to mix paints in. Let's see. Oh, these are super cool. I didn't think I would need these. I keep them in these plastic bags. Let me get one out for you. So this came in another kit. Excuse me, I hit the camera there. These came in another kit. Let me come up here. These came in like a kit, but basically, at first I was like, oh, what is this? Because I wasn't paying attention. But this is a sanding stone. A sanding stone for your X-Acto blades, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I've used it on this one and it works pretty well. So basically, you wet this in a bath of some sort with water. I use water, and then basically you sharpen your X-Acto knife with it, which is pretty awesome. I like it. A little hard to do, takes a little long, but it does extend. I only do it sharpen blades once, and then I throw them away. So after it's dull, I sharpen it, and then after that's dull again, I throw it away, because they're not that expensive. But yeah, these are pretty cool, and they come 600. So you start obviously with the lowest, so 600, and then I have an 800 here, there's 1,000, and then I end off with 1,200. So those are pretty cool. I don't know if anybody else does this. I did purchase these as they came in like a hobby kit or whatever, but I didn't pay attention to the description, and these came with it, which was pretty awesome. So yeah, those are something that I use. Here's an example of one of the bad sanding blocks. I don't know if you can see this texture. Let's see. So I don't know if it shows up on camera or not, but you see how that texture is like weird? It's like thick or something. It's not like sandpaper. I don't know what that is, and it doesn't work. As you can see, it just burns the piece instead of like sanding it. It's odd. I hate it. So these are useless to me. Yeah. What else I got? Oh, these are super important. I got these from my local hobby store. These are paint mixing cups. What I paid, actually way overpaid for these. These are like $8, but they're invaluable. I've used them so many times. They come with let's see here. Get one out for you. They come with I probably won't be able to see this. I don't do this. I don't know if the light will show. They come with like measurements, which is pretty cool. Tablespoons, and then one I use is the milliliter one, because you know paint ratios are important. So yeah, these are awesome. You should definitely pick up some. You can probably find them on Amazon for cheaper than $8, but I was lazy. I went to my local hobby store. So those are cool. Alright, coming to the end. I recommend these two very much. Mr. Mark Softer. So when you put on your decals, you put this down, and then I put some over top of it, and then I wipe it away for your decals and your transfer, so that if it's in like a seam line, it'll actually melt the decal into the seam line, which is definitely what you want to do. And then also some extra thin cement by Tamiya. This is awesome. Definitely, I like this for closing some really thin panel lines. This isn't the best for panel lines. I would rather use the regular cement, which I ran out of. I don't have any more. But yeah, this comes in handy for a lot of stuff. So those two, so you can see them. Let's see what else we got here. For all your paint mixing needs for your ratios, I recommend these little clear dropper guys. So I'm like OCD with sanding. I don't know if you knew, but I like sanding film too, because sanding films can become like super fine, so you can get them in like microns, which is obviously overkill or whatever, but like 0.5 micron is like ridiculous. Yeah, so that equates to maybe probably I don't know, 3,000 grit, something ridiculous. But yeah, I use these because they're cool. I like them. And then what else do I have here? So I have my handy dandy detail painting kit. I like this kit a lot. Basically it's just your brush assortments of brushes. Flat brush, angled brush, angled brush, angled brush, and then I have my super detailed ones. This one's a 10-0. I use this one a lot for really small details. And of course keep the protector on there because it's very important. And this one you can paint on you know, like small coats for like detailing like really small parts that you don't want to mix up a whole thing of airbrush paint. So yeah, these are ingenious. Also, let's put those here. Put the sanding with the sanding. Oh, more sanding stuff. got these pretty cool sanding foams. They're pretty good. I like these sanding foams. Like I said, these sanding foams are super fine, and then they have a buffer on this side so it shines up the piece. Definitely recommend these. Tools. I recommend, the last thing I recommend is this guy. You probably don't need this if you're lazy. If you're lazy like me, you probably do. It's a Badger paint mixer. And it comes with a little bit that you just stick on top here. And then, yeah, just use it. Make sure when you use this, make very sure that you stick it all the way into the paint and then turn it on. Because if you do it at the top, it's going to spray paint, splatter paint everywhere, and that's annoying. I think that is all of my tools that I use to build Gunpla. I'm excluding the painting stuff, besides the brushes, of course, because that's a whole nother video basically. But yeah, basics: paintbrush, X-Acto knives, thin cement, nippers. These two nippers here. Definitely have to have X-Acto knives. Tweezers here, definitely need those. Files, super important files, and then sanding. And then you can build pretty much anything with those tools that I've outlined there. So I think I'm done, guys. So this has been another weird video, I would say, but I just wanted to make something because I get some questions about, you know, what do you use for this, what do you use for that, and this is what I use. So yeah, this is the Bearded Builder, and I'm out. Please like and subscribe if you like the videos though.